Come, Come, Ye Saints. It has been called the hymn that went round the world. It is titled, Come, Come, Ye Saints, and was the anthem of the pioneers who crossed the plains from 1846 to 1869. Today, it is one of the most oft-sung hymns in the Christian world, and not just by Latter-day Saints. Other religions have adapted the hymn and sing it as part of their worship experience. It was written by William Clayton, an Englishman and a musician, on the morning of April 15, 1846, at the Pioneer Camping Grounds near Locust Creek, Iowa. And this is the story. On Friday, February 27, 1846, William Clayton crossed the Mississippi River at Nauvoo, Illinois with his family and all that he owned in several heavy-laden wagons, and turned his face to an unknown destination somewhere far away in the west over the Rocky Mountains. Heavy on his heart was that remaining behind in Nauvoo was his youngest wife, Diantha Farr Clayton. She was only 17 years old and was expecting her first child. She was too weak and frail to make the journey. William was one of the clerks of the camp, meaning that it was his responsibility to keep the records and assist the leaders. His presence was needed. He had to leave. The journey across Iowa has been described thus, quote, although spring-like weather facilitated an early departure from Nauvoo, severe weather arose soon thereafter, which both hampered and blessed the already harried exodus. On 14 February, it snowed, and on 19 February, a northwest wind brought 8 inches of snow, a very cold night, and much suffering in the camp, where there were many who had no tents or any comfortable place to lodge. Many tents were blown down. Some of them were unfinished and had no ends. After Brigham Young had left Nauvoo and crossed the river to the Iowa side, the mud became so deep his teams had to be yoked double to pull the wagons up the hill to Sugar Creek Camp. A week later, the temperatures plummeted and the Mississippi River froze over, hastening the abandonment of Nauvoo by allowing numerous saints to cross on the ice. Because of the extreme cold, however, many people, including Brigham Young and Willard Richards, fell ill at Sugar Creek. Also, several women gave birth in the cold, makeshift camp. They and their new babies suffered most from exposure to the cold, wind, and snow. End of quote. Indeed, Brigham Young summarized the daily challenge of the pioneer's toil when he wrote in his diary that the company had passed through only one mud hole that day, which was about 6 miles in length. Through all of this, William Clayton struggled with the rest, all the while concerned about Diantha and her condition. Letters passed between them. On March 16th, Diantha wrote, quote, my beloved but absent William, it rejoiced my heart to hear a word from you. To tell you I want to see you is useless, yet true. You are constantly in my mind by day, and I dream about you almost every night. End of quote. As it was with her, so it was with William. Finally, the company made camp at rain-swollen Locust Creek, 103 miles from Nauvoo in Iowa Territory. William wrote, quote, last night I got up to watch, there being no guard. This morning Ellen Kimball came to me and wished me much joy. She said, Diantha has a son. I told her I was afraid it was not so, but she said Brother Pond had received a letter. I went over to Pond's, and he read that she had a fine boy on the 30th. Truly, I feel to rejoice at this intelligence. In the evening, the band played, and after we dismissed, we retired to my tent to have a social christening. We had a very pleasant time playing and singing until about 12, and drank health to my new son. We named him William Adriel Benoni Clayton." End of quote. It was on that joyous morning of April 15, 1846, that William recorded, quote, "This morning I composed a new song, All is Well. I feel to thank my Heavenly Father for my boy. I hope that my wife will soon be well." End of quote. William borrowed a tune and title from a popular song of the day called All Is Well and taught it to the saints. It caught hold, and from that day to this, Come, Come Ye Saints is one of the most beloved hymns of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. As the hymn was composed in a moment of joy and exultation, so it is to be sung. It is not a funeral dirge nor a plaintive cry of despair. It was sung on the trail with vigor, strength, and joy to lift and inspire the soul.